Hello friends, in previous lecture we have studied Cauchy condensation test, which is nothing but if summation of n is series of positive numbers such that n is non-increasing, means it is decreasing sequence of positive real numbers, then summation of n is convergent if and only if summation of 2 raised to n into a to the suffix 2 raised to n is convergent series. Today we will study a specific class of sequences. So sequence is a function, class means set, then and it is again related with series. So it covers sets, function, then sequence and series concept. So what is the class L2? L2 is set of those sequences. L2 is set of x equal to xn is a real sequence such that summation of xn square n equal to 1 to infinity is less than infinity. Okay. So it contains set of those sequences which are square summable sequences. Okay. Means if you take any convergent series, of real number, if summation of n is convergent series of real numbers, series of positive real numbers or non-negative real numbers, then n raised to half n equal to 1 to infinity, this must belong to L2. Okay. Note, if summation of n is convergent series of non-negative real numbers, then n raised to half n equal to 1 to infinity square root of n is sequence lying in L2. And we have so many examples of convergent series of positive real numbers. So if I take for that series n raised to half sequence from the square root of n's, then that sequence always lies in L2, set. Okay. So we will take now results related with example 1 upon n equal to 1 to infinity is sequence such that summation of 1 upon n square is convergent, and therefore 1 upon n, this sequence n equal to 1 to infinity belongs to L2. Okay. First, second, if xn is n equal to 1 to infinity, is sequence of real numbers whose all terms are zeros, whose all terms are zeros except few terms, then summation of xn square n equal to 1 to infinity, this must be less than infinity, and therefore xn n equal to 1 to infinity must belongs to L2, whose all but finitely many terms are zeros, whose all but finitely many terms are zeros. So only few terms may be non-zero. In that case, that sequence lies in L2. That sequence lies in L2. Okay. Third, 1 by root n equal to 1 to infinity is a real sequence such that summation of 1 by root n its square is equal to summation of 1 by n is divergent, and therefore 1 by root n, this sequence doesn't belong to L2. This sequence doesn't lie in L2. Is it clear? So this is all about L2 set. Now we'll take the square inequality. Okay. Theorem. Square inequality. If S is equal to Sn and T equal to Tn are in L2, if S is equal to Sn, n equal to 1 to infinity, T is equal to Tn, n is equal to 1 to infinity, belongs to L2, then summation of Sn Tn, n equal to 1 to infinity, converges absolutely, and mod of summation of Sn Tn, n equal to 1 to infinity is less equal summation of Sn square raised to half into summation of Tn square n equal to 1 to infinity raised to half. You have studied Cauchy square inequality for Rn. Cauchy square inequality for Rn. What is the Cauchy square inequality for Rn? Inequality for Rn. If x bar is equal to x1, x2 up to xn, y bar is equal to y1, y2 up to yn belongs to Rn, then mod of summation of xn yn n equal to 1 to infinity is less equal summation of xi square I equal to 1 to n raised to half into summation of yi square raised to half I equal to 1 to n. This is just extension of this Cauchy square inequality for Rn in infinite dimensional vector space. L2 is also vector space. L2 is also vector space. Okay. Since S is equal to Sn n equal to 1 to infinity and T is equal to Tn n equal to 1 to infinity belongs to L2, implies summation of Sn square n equal to 1 to infinity is less than infinity and 0 less equal summation of Tn square n equal to 1 to infinity is less than infinity. Is it clear? So we have this. Claim mod of summation Sn Tn n equal to 1 to infinity is less equal summation of Sn square raised to half n equal to 1 to infinity into summation of Tn square n equal to 1 to infinity raised to half. If case 1, if S is equal to Sn, is zero sequence, then that is S is equal to 0 0 0 0 belongs to L2, then left hand side of 2 is 0 less equal 0 into summation of Tn square raised to half equal to 0, and therefore result hold for zero sequence. Similarly, if T is 0 belongs to L2, then both sides of 2 equal to 0. Then both sides of 2 equal to 0, and therefore result hold for S or T equal to zero sequence. Zero sequence means a sequence whose all terms are zeros. So case 2, assume that suppose S and T are non-zero sequences. Case 2, suppose ST are non-zero sequences. Are non-zero sequences in L2. Then summation of Sn square then at least one term of sequence S is non-zero. Say Sn is not equal to 0 in S is equal to S1, S2 and so on, Sn dot dot etc. Then for any n greater equal n, summation of Sn square, Sk square, k equal to 1 to n, this must be greater than 0. This is positive number. Okay. Moreover, for any x belongs to R, summation of xsk plus dk its square, k equal to 1 to n, this must be greater or equal to 0. This is equal to x square into summation of sk square k equal to 1 to n plus 2x summation of sktk k equal to 1 to n plus summation of tk square k equal to 1 to n. This is greater than 0. This is greater than 0. Now take a is equal to summation of sk square k equal to 1 to n greater than 0, b equal to 2 times summation sktk k equal to 1 to n plus c is equal to summation tk square k equal to 1 to n. This is greater or equal to 0. Then from 3 fx is equal to x square plus bx plus c greater or equal to 0 for every x belongs to R. Now f dash x is equal to 2x plus b is equal to 0 implies x is equal to minus b upon 2a. Is critical point of fx. Moreover, f double dash x is equal to 2a is strictly greater than 0 at x is equal to minus b by 2a. Therefore, by second derivative test, fx is minimum at x is equal to minus b by 2a. And therefore, f of minus b by 2a is also greater or equal to 0. Therefore, f of minus b upon 2a is greater or equal to 0 from, in fact, strictly greater than 0 from 3. Right? Therefore, a into minus b upon 2a its square, what is fx, ax square plus b into minus b upon 2a plus c greater than equal to 0. So this will become ab square upon 4a square minus b square upon 2a plus c greater or equal to 0. So we'll get ab square minus 2a b square so 1a will get cancelled here, right? So what will get b square minus 2a 2b square, and here we have to multiply by 4ac greater or equal to 0. multiplying by 4a, multiplying by 4a, and therefore 4ac, or this will become minus b square, taking minus b square on that side, therefore minus b square plus 4ac is greater equal 0, is greater equal 0, and therefore b square is less equal 4 times ac, 4 times ac. But what is your b square? B is nothing but 2 times SKTK, 2 times summation SKTK, k equal to 1 to n, its square is less equal 4 times summation of sk square k equal to 1 to n into summation of tk square k equal to 1 to n. Okay. So 4 times summation SKTK bracket square k equal to 1 to n, this must be less equal 4 times this into this. This 4 will get cancelled. Taking positive square root on both sides, taking positive square root on both sides, some mod of summation SKTK k equal to 1 to n, this must be less equal summation of sk square raised to half k equal to 1 to n into summation of or if I take here its square, okay, square, this is the summation tk square k equal to 1 to n is less equal summation of sk square k equal to 1 to n 1 to infinity into summation of tk square k equal to 1 to n 1 to infinity, and this must be less than infinity since s and t belongs to L2. S and t belongs to L2. Is it right? Thus, for any n belongs to n, thus for any n greater equal n, summation of SKTK, its square k equal to 1 to n is less equal summation of sk square k equal to 1 to infinity into summation of tk square k equal to 1 to infinity is less than infinity. Therefore, as n tends to infinity, summation of sk tk is square k equal to 1 to infinity, this must be less equal summation of sk square k equal to 1 to infinity into summation of tk square k equal to 1 to infinity. Because this is true for any n, and therefore taking positive square root on both sides, we get mod of summation SKTK, k equal to 1 to infinity. This must be less equal summation of square raised to half k equal to 1 to infinity into summation of tk square raised to half k equal to 1 to infinity, which is less than infinity. Implies summation of SKTK k equal to 1 to infinity converges, is convergent series and satisfy star, and it satisfy star. Okay. So, thus Cauchy-Schwarz inequality is proved. Oh, just Schwarz inequality is proved for L2 space. Schwarz inequality is proved for L2 space. So, with the discussion, we will stop our lecture here. Thanks for listening lecture carefully. Bye bye.